You feel it, don't you? That sense that something is shifting, deep inside you and in the world around you. You're not imagining it. You're not crazy. You're not broken. You are chosen. But being chosen isn't easy. It means being set apart. It means walking through loneliness, silence, heartbreak. It means asking why, again, and hearing no answer. It means being overlooked by the world because heaven had different plans for you. Young man, they told you to chase women, status, and strength. But no one told you how to suffer. No one taught you how to stay when you feel like disappearing. You're fighting battles nobody sees. You carry scars you don't talk about. You've thought about giving up on dating, on dreams, on life. But hear me. That struggle is the evidence of your calling. God never abandons the chosen. He breaks them to build them. The enemy attacks what he fears, and he fears you. Before July 1st, 2025, something in you must awaken. This isn't a video, it's a trumpet, a warning, a wake-up call. The world doesn't need louder men. It needs awakened ones. You are not too far gone. You are not forgotten. You are the one. The fire begins now. Let's talk about silence. You know the kind I'm talking about. The silence when your phone doesn't ring. When the person you thought was the one doesn't text back. When you look around your life and think, what the hell am I even doing anymore? It's that kind of silence that feels like a punishment. Like life just stopped talking to you. And you start asking questions. Why did she leave? Why am I behind? Why does everyone else seem to be moving forward, while I feel stuck in place? You think the silence means you messed up. That maybe you're not enough. That maybe you're broken. But I want to tell you something that might just shift everything for you. That silence. It's not absence. It's preparation. It's not that you've been forgotten. It's that you're being formed. We live in a world that glorifies noise, hustle, grind, constant feedback. We think if we're not doing, we're losing. But some of the most powerful transformations in your life will happen when it looks like nothing is happening. Because growth doesn't make noise. Think about it. When a seed is buried, it's alone. It's dark. No one claps for it. No one celebrates it. It just sits there until it breaks. And once it breaks open, that's when life begins. But from the outside, it just looks like silence. Some of you are in that exact space right now. And it feels like hell. You don't know where to go next. You feel unseen. You feel like a failure. But here's what I know. Some of the strongest men I've ever met were not shaped in gyms or boardrooms. They were shaped in the silence, in heartbreak, in the in-between. You are not falling apart. You are being reassembled. That silence is not empty. It's full of instruction. You've just been too loud to hear it. And maybe this is your moment, right now, to stop running from the silence and start listening to it. Because if you can sit with it long enough, you'll hear the truth. You're not lost, you're becoming. So don't rush this. Don't numb it. Don't distract yourself with another hookup, another scroll, another bottle. Sit with the silence. Lean into it. Because God's not ignoring you. He's preparing you for the version of you that can't be shaken. And that version, he doesn't need noise. He walks into a room, and the silence follows him. Let's talk about rejection. The gut punch. The thing we try to avoid at all costs. Maybe it was her. Maybe she ghosted you after you opened up. Maybe she said you were amazing, but not the one. Or maybe she just stopped choosing you. Maybe it's not even about dating. Maybe it's a job you didn't get. Friends who stopped calling. People who made you feel like you were too much or not enough. Rejection hurts like hell. I know. It makes you question your worth. It makes you spiral. You start asking, what's wrong with me? You wonder if you'll ever be good enough. Wanted. Seen. But let me tell you something you have to hear. Rejection is not always a punishment. Sometimes, it's protection. Sometimes, it's redirection. You think you lost something. Maybe it wasn't yours to carry. You think she walked away. Maybe she wasn't meant to stay. And I know that sounds cliché. But I'm not talking about slogans. I'm talking about truth. Every time you were rejected, by a person, by a place, by life itself, it was life nudging you, saying, not here, son. Keep moving. Not because you're unworthy, but because you're called to more. We spend so much time banging on locked doors, trying to earn love. Chase validation, prove we're valuable. But listen, what if the door closed not because you weren't enough, but because it was beneath you? Because what's waiting on the other side of your obedience is better than what you thought you lost. Rejection forces you to stop settling. It wakes you up. It breaks your illusion. And yeah, it breaks your heart too. But heartbreak can be holy if it leads you home. Some of the biggest turning points in my life didn't come from the doors that opened. They came from the ones that slammed in my face. And I cried. And I questioned. But now, I thank God those doors didn't open. Because if they had, I'd still be stuck in places I outgrew. So if you're sitting in that sting right now, if you're nursing the fresh bruise of someone walking away, I want you to take a breath. Stop blaming yourself. And start asking, what am I being redirected toward? Because you're not forgotten. You're being rerouted. You didn't lose your worth, you lost your distraction. And trust me, one day, you'll look back at this and realize it was the beginning of your yes. Let's get real for a second. You've been performing. Yeah, I see you. You've been hustling for approval, adjusting who you are so people like you. Acting tougher, smoother, louder. More successful, hoping someone finally looks at you and says, you're enough. And it's exhausting, isn't it? You put on the perfect mask. You get the haircut. You get the gym. You fake confidence. You text cool. You hide pain. And maybe, just maybe, you get her attention. Or their respect. Or a few likes on that post. But let me ask you, when you go home, when the crowd is gone, do you believe in you? Because here's what no one told you. Approval is a drug. And the more you chase it, the more you forget who you were before the world told you how to act. Listen to me closely. You already carry authority. You don't earn it from people. You don't need to win it in dating. It's not something someone else gives you. It's something you step into the moment. You stop begging for permission to be yourself. Think about the most grounded man you've ever met. The kind that walks into a room and doesn't have to say a word. But you feel him. That's not ego. That's inner authority. And the reason so many of you feel empty right now is because you've built your whole identity around being wanted instead of being real. Stop letting your value be determined by who calls you back. Stop letting your masculinity hinge on how many women want you. Stop measuring your confidence by how loud you can be in a room. Because here's the truth. There are people who will never clap for you, no matter how much you bleed to please them. So why keep performing? The man you're becoming, He doesn't chase the room. He commands it. By being aligned with who he really is. You're not a puppet. You're not a product. You're a man with presence. And it's time you stop outsourcing your power to other people's opinions. So the next time you feel the urge to perform, to prove, to impress, pause, breathe, and remember this: you don't need approval to show up. You don't need applause to stand tall. And you sure as hell don't need to be liked to be legendary. You already carry it. Walk like it. Let's get honest about something most men aren't taught, but absolutely need to hear. Women don't want a performance. They want presence. I know that messes with what you've been told. You've been sold this idea that you have to win her, impress her, out-alpha the next guy, say the right thing, get the money, show off the car, wear the right watch, have the perfect body, act like nothing phases you. But here's the truth. Women are exhausted by the performance too. You're trying so hard to be what you think she wants that you forget to be real. You're so busy trying to be the man that you lose the human underneath. You think your value is in your resume, how much you earn, how much you lift, how many women you've slept with. But the man who tries to prove he's high value usually isn't. Because real value doesn't perform. It radiates. Let me tell you something that might sting a little. The reason you keep attracting the same surface level relationships is because you keep showing up as a surface level version of yourself. You wear a mask. You hide your pain. You don't speak your truth. You don't feel. You just flex. And you wonder why it never lasts. Women don't fall in love with a highlight reel. They fall in love with presence, with honesty, with steadiness, with a man who can hold space, not just attention. You know what's rare today? A man who listens without needing to fix. A man who isn't always looking at the door, or his phone, or the next girl. A man who knows who he is when he's not trying to impress. Presence is power. It's in your stillness, your groundedness, your ability to sit across from someone and say, I'm here. Fully. No games. No mask. Just me. That's what women crave. Safety. Depth. Integrity. Not perfection. So stop trying to become what you think she wants. That's not connection. That's performance. And then they'll burn you out. Instead, become someone you respect. Someone you trust. Someone who's real even when no one's watching. Because when a man walks in his truth, in his quiet strength, in his presence, he doesn't have to chase love. He attracts it. And not just any love, the kind that stays. There's a clock ticking. Not the one on your phone. Not your age. I'm talking about the clock in your soul. And you can feel it, can't you? That low, restless hum inside of you that whispers, this isn't who I'm supposed to be. You've been sitting in survival mode for too long. Distracted. Tired. Scrolling through other people's lives. Numbing your own. Going through the motions in a job you hate. A life that doesn't light you up. A version of yourself you barely recognize anymore. You know what that's called. It's called delay. And delay becomes regret if you let it. Listen to me. You don't need another motivational quote. You don't need a perfect plan. You need to rise. Now. Even if you're scared. Even if you feel like you're too far behind. Even if it's messy. Because if you wait for confidence, you'll never move. Confidence isn't what gets you started. Courage is. Confidence shows up when you've already started walking. You think you're waiting for the right moment. There is no right moment. There's now or never. You either rise, or you stay where you are. And let's be real. You already know what happens if you keep doing what you've been doing. Same empty conversations. Same ghosted texts. Same weekend escapes. Same guilt on Sunday night. Same anxiety on Monday morning. But there's another life waiting for you. One where you don't flinch when you look in the mirror. One where you don't have to lie to yourself to sleep at night. One where you're grounded, present, on fire with purpose, and deeply connected to who the hell you really are. That life. It's not on the other side of more effort. It's on the other side of decision. So make it. Get up. Do the hard thing. Make the call. Say the truth. Walk away from what's breaking you. Start building what will heal you. Because one day, not far from now, you'll look back at this version of you. And you'll either thank him for rising, or you'll mourn that he never did. This is your wake-up call. This is your line in the sand. And this is your moment. So don't wait. Don't stall. Don't look around to see who's coming with you. Rise. You made it to the end. That tells me something about you. You're not here by accident. You're not weak. You're not broken beyond repair. You're awakening. And yeah, it's painful. This journey of becoming, it's not glamorous. It's gritty. It's lonely. You'll outgrow people. You'll lose parts of yourself you thought you couldn't live without. But you'll gain something no one can take from you yourself. And I want to tell you man to man, you're not alone. Whatever you're carrying, your silence, your shame, your frustration, your guilt, it's valid. But it's not the end. It's the middle. The breaking point before the breakthrough. So if this spoke to you, if something in your chest moved while you listened, don't just sit with it. Do something with it. Like the video so it stays in your algorithm, not just your memory. Comment below. Tell me what hit you. Say it out loud. Give your pain a name. Share this with one man who needs it, just one. You have no idea whose life you could shift. And subscribe. Because this isn't a one-time pep talk. This is a movement. A brotherhood. A call back to who you really are. You're not here to be liked. You're here to lead. And the world. It needs men like you now more than ever. So rise. And stay rising. I'll see you in the next one.